Hey everyone, it's Bluntly Spoken. I know it's been a while, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to start this journey again. Had a handful of health issues that I needed to get through and still working on them. I still have a few more things that I need to take care of, and I got to keep you up to date from this point forward to let you know what's going on. But let's go ahead and let's get started. So I don't know that those of you know, but I am a Scorpio, and it seems to be every time that I do come back to the YouTube that it always seems to be Scorpio season. There's something about the energy in the air with Scorpio season that just allows me to get this oomph to get my butt moving again. This just seems to be. So here we go. My birthday's not till the 13th, but let's go ahead and get started. So of course the first sign that I will do coming back is Scorpio. It almost makes sense to me. All right, so let's get started. So for those of you who don't know, hold on, let me shut my phone off. My throat is really itchy. It's between the sinuses and the medication that I'm on. Like, I have some water, so I'll just keep drinking as we go. But that's what that is. It's gonna be for a while. Those of you who followed me for the last few years, although like I said, I've been absent at least this good year. I always get sinuses around this time, so I always am scraggly. I'm always hot tea and water always by me. So I read a little different than others for those of you who are new. And those of you who would like to join the family over here, it would be wonderful. So let me explain a little bit. So I don't have a specific layout. I do what I want to do. It's what I've done my whole life, is do what I want to do. So it would only make sense that that's what I do as well. So I don't have a specific layout like how others do. I don't read the book. It's all about intuition, and typically I don't really need the cards. I use the cards for you. So we'll go ahead and I'll explain as we go how things are going to go. But if you start to follow like different signs or whatever the case is, then you'll see that the layout is sometimes it's the same, but it's not typically always the same. There's nothing typical about me. So everything that I do is just not typical. It's just not. So what I have so far is the Queen of Swords and then the Knight of Wands. We'll go ahead and lay some more out. Usually, again, for the newbies and the people, I want to say the people in the back, but you know what I mean. I usually lay out a couple decks. I usually go through at least 3 decks, usually one typically, and then the second one will start to like come to me. What the heck's going on? We'll start to read a story. And I don't know why these are upside down. Hold on one second. So I don't typically read reversals. If they pop out and I feel that they should be reversed, I keep them that way. Like I'm looking to see if like a lot of my cards are reversed, and none of them are. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to keep these reversed. So I got the 8 of Cups reversed, I got the 5 of Cups reversed, and then I got the Page of Wands. And then we're going to go ahead and do one more row. And we got the 7 of Swords, and we got the Devil card, and then I have the 5 of Pentacles. So on the bottom, and again, typically, I guess I do have some type of routine. I usually check out the last 3 cards on the bottom. It's to me like just, I don't know, part of the energy. So I have a 2 of Cups. I have the Death card, which is the Scorpio card. And I have the 8 of Wands, which is high passion to me. Wands to me are passion. And then you have the Strength card underneath that. So just from what I see so far, and there's not quite clarification at this point, not to say that sometimes the first deck I don't get it, but with the Queen of Swords coming out first, it's telling me instantly when I see the Queen of Swords, it's saying somebody is going to say something and it's going to be sharp with the lips. See, typically with Scorpios, we definitely are very quick with the lips and we're very, very sharp. We're sharp. And with the Queen of Swords, it tells me that somebody's going to come forward. You're going to come forward is what it's telling me. You have to have a conversation with somebody that's going to be very, very quick and it's going to be very, very sharp at the lips, you know? So the Queen of Swords comes out and she don't take no shit. She's my don't take no shit, say what she wants to say, means it, has the facts to back it up. Like, she is no joke, the Queen of Swords to me. And a lot of times, like as a Scorpio myself, I usually represent as the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups, the lover and the fighter, if that makes sense. Like I'm the best lover ever and I will fuck you up. Like, so that to me, when I see the Queen of Swords, that's what that means. And yes, I do cuss. I'm very blunt. That's the part of my name. I'm very blunt. I say how I want to say it. That's the way that I speak. If that offends you, you can please click off. That's okay. It's okay. I'm not for everybody, and that's absolutely okay with me. I'm an acquired taste. I'm absolutely an acquired taste. So then I have the Knight of Wands up here, Page of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. So the Knight of Wands tells me that coming forward, something needs to come forward with a conversation. The Wands telling me that it's a type of passion. Page of Pentacles says that there's going to be a sit down. So you have this coming forward fast as the Knight, but the Page is saying that there's something that needs to be said, and it's talking about growth. It's talking about money, or it's talking about growth. But then you have your Ace of Wands, which is passion. And it's telling me it's about this growth of this relationship is what it's really telling me with the Ace of Wands over here. But now you have the Eight of Cups and you have the Five of Cups in reverse. So cups are love and filled with love. So it's telling me that somebody poured out these cups. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13, isn't that funny? So 13 is my birth date. So that's just funny to me that it adds up to 13. But 13 is a good number. So what it's telling me is as they're reversed, by them adding up to 13, because 13 is my lucky day. It's my lucky number. So, and of course the cards speak to me. So I'm saying that it's saying that somebody you feel has poured out these cups of love, all of these 13. But then here comes the Page of Wands, which is something needs to be said that is illogical. See, swords are an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and they're very logical thinkers. We don't like what they have to say, but when they come force and they come with facts. And then you have the Seven of Swords and the Devil, and then you have this Five of Pentacles over here at the bottom. So Seven of Swords again. So like the 9 to me. So say if it was a 9, like a 9 of Swords would be like you hit the mountain peak and you're about to walk over, so you're almost to it. So 7 is quite about 3/4 up there. Like it's not. It's a little bit more than half. But then you have the Devil. Now to me, in this card, the Devil is not bad. It's not a bad card to me. It's just telling like unleashing of something. So this conversation needs to be had. It needs to be had, and that's telling me that's sharp. It's coming in sharp, and you're going to hurt somebody's feelings, or somebody's going to hurt your feelings. But I'm telling you, it needs to be had. And then from that point comes the Five of Pentacles. So you like midway through this growth of the of this relationship, because over here, and I say relationship because the 3 that come out is the Two of Cups, the Scorpio card, which is death, Scorpio, and transformation. So you take it how it is, and then the Eight of Wands, which is this high passion. It's high passion. So it's telling me that it needs, and then strength. So it's a conversation that needs to be had that you've been holding in for a very long time. Very, very long time. And it is, and it does feel like the cups have been empty, because it feels like it's going to be a really, not shitty conversation, but it's going to be a very heartfelt, it needs to get off your chest. It's something that's been bothering you, and it's not that it's not important, because it's absolutely important, but it's not detrimental to the relationship. But it can be if it's not taken care of. If it's not taken care of, it is definitely going to be detrimental to the relationship. It's going to kill the relationship, because you're going to not talk about it. You're going to hold it in. It's going to bother you, and then everything that he does, she does, depending on if you have same sex partnership or not. And remember, when I talk in masculine and feminine, they are energies. I don't speak human. I speak energies. Everything that I do speaks energy. It does not speak a human being. So if I say, and we all have masculine and feminine energy in us. It depends on when you use it. Some of us are more dominant and it's more prominent, and you can tell, and some are not. But we all carry both. So just understand that. So we're not confused with that either. But it's definitely a conversation that needs to be had. And it's a relationship. It's not, has nothing to do with business. It's a relationship. So the Pentacles you see is growth, right? And up here is a page. That's what they want to talk about. This growth. Like it needs to be, because it needs to be talked about. You need to talk about this. And I just said that I usually typically go 3 decks, but I really don't know that I need to. I think that it says everything that it needs to say. But we'll go ahead and pull a little bit more. So like another thing, let me explain to you. So when I pull a different deck, so this deck is this, right? So when I start the second deck, that means that we're starting this cycle after you finish this one. So this next deck will tell you what happens after you have this conversation. But this conversation needs to be had, and it seems like it's well overdue. And it'll turn out fine. It feels like it's been not talked about, because it looks like anxiety. Because I don't know that you fear this person leaving after this conversation. And then I feel some of you like, I really don't give a fuck if you leave or not. I'm going to have to say this, because this is going to be a problem. But it's really after this conversation, and like it's going to be a good conversation. Once it starts, like once you get past the anxiety, like it's going to be cool. This is the Two of Wands. Two of Wands and the Tower, right? Absolutely. So you're going to have the Two of Wands, that's you and your partner, and the Tower Moon, because this conversation is going to change this relationship into something so much better than it even was, and it doesn't look like it was a bad one at the beginning. King of Pentacles, growth, beyond growth, that's the King. Nine of Wands, high passion. Remember, so you went from a 7, well, that's a 7 of Swords, to high passion. 9 means 10 is the peak. It's the end of the cycle. So this conversation has to be had. It's going to be wonderful. It's getting over them nerves. Maybe get you a glass of wine. Maybe, like calm your nerves a little. Maybe you need to smoke a little. Maybe you need to something. Maybe something, This is the Three of Swords. Three of Swords. Then the Eight of... Okay, so see, remember when I said because they added up 13 to me meant that the cups in reverse weren't a bad thing, right? We talked about that. And then I could feel that you need to pour your heart out to this person, so I get it. So what comes out is the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands to me is the Twin Flame card. So it tells me that this is a destined relationship. Like for sure. Like it's in the cards. Like it is. And then here's the Eight of Swords, covering up the Five of Cups in reverse. So like to me, like the swords, when you get to the 8 is in your head, right? So this fear of this conversation is a problem for you, and that's what's holding you back from this conversation is the fear. But if you can see in this card, like see, it's apples. It's a let me see if you can see it. It's an apple tree. It's fruitful. It's very fruitful. And if you can see, like in the Four of Wands, the card right before, look at the table of apples. Like it's going to be a good conversation, but your anxiety is through the roof, and you keep pulling back, you keep getting so close, and you pulling back. I even see people texting. You're texting, and then you're deleting the message, and you're trying again, and then you're deleting the message, and you think all day, and then you're listening to songs, and you're going back and forth back. You're in your head so much, but it really is going to be fruitful. But I understand completely. And then the Page of Swords, which is coming forward with the logical thought, because now you've really thought this out. You got your words together. You've calmed yourself down. Now it's the Ten of Pentacles. So it's max growth. So you went from the King to the 10. And the numbers are different. So when the King just tells me that you're really coming forward, but the 10 tells me that you completed a cycle. It's a completed cycle. So then the Seven of Swords, we have the Page of Pentacles coming forward with an offer. What growth? And then the Seven of Pentacles. And 7 is a good number to start with. And that's the second 7, matter of fact. Because actually a 7 of Swords and 7 of Pentacles. So maybe 77 is something for you. Maybe it's your birth year. Maybe it's your age. 77, 277 be July 7th. I'm not sure. Then we have the Page of Swords coming forward with a logical offer, with a logical conversation. 4 of Pentacles. And then the 8 of Wands. So with the 4 of Pentacles shows me that growth is occurring after this conversation. So you have the 7 and you have the, which is an 11. Yeah. This is actually a really good relationship that you're in. And then these two popped out. So the Ten of Swords, which is a completion of the passion. So if you see her, she's climbing up the mountain. She's climbing up the mountain with these swords because she's done with this. She's done with this conversation. This is all settled. Had this conversation, it's cool, and then see, you get your Mother Earth. Your Mother Earth, I mean, that says birth, so you could be pregnant or whatever. You could. But it, to me, means new growth. So you're starting something new, right? She's very fruitful. So you could make up sex. You could be after this conversation and be pregnant. You could also be regrouping. The relationship changes when I see her. Very nurturing, very mothering, right? So after this conversation, like it really, really is even better than it was before. So I get the Hermit, I get the Star card, and I get the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups to me is your wish fulfillment. 7 is your wish fulfillment to me. It's your picket fence and your car and your house and your children and your dog and your cat, whatever else you do, right? Your pool, whatever you do. But it's at the 8, so it's a little bit better than that. It's a little bit better than usual. With the Star card, you have your Star card. And then this is the Horn God. I can't talk. It's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be wonderful. You you have a good relationship already, but it's telling me that your partner, or it's you, you have to take it as it resonates. Your partner's just doing some things, just some things that are really underneath your skin, and it just needs to be talked about. It just needs to be talked about because I think you're pushing yourself away, and it's, I don't want to say it's not that serious, but I'm saying like it's, it can be talked about and resolved is what I'm saying. And not only can it be talked about and be resolved, but it absolutely turns this relationship into a whole another cycle of amazing. It's just, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm gonna do one more deck for you, Scorpio. You really don't. This is good. And you really just got to work on that anxiety, and that's a lot. So maybe you need to have a couple drinks of wine. Maybe you need to roll up. Do what you need to do. Do what you need to do. This one wants to talk. So this is a fox. So to me, the fox means watching. Like this fox is very sly. He's very sly, right? He likes to watch. He's real sneaky. So your partner maybe is watching you on social media. You're watching your partner on social media. You ain't finding nothing. You guys ain't even friends on Facebook. You guys ain't even friends on any social media platform. So I don't know what you're looking for, but you're looking for like something to something somebody posts, or I don't know. I don't know what you're looking for. But you can look. And they're looking to doing the same, and it is what it is. But you're not gonna find what. And I always say, like, if you looking for something, you eventually gonna find it, because you're not gonna stop until you do. And then like your mind goes wandering, like, for what? I'm not saying people don't look sometimes and then they really do find stuff, but there's nothing to find. You need to talk about this. You need to talk about this conversation. Like maybe it's about somebody who posted on their social media, or they posted a heart or something on somebody's picture. Like, and you have a problem with it. Like it's something that can be really talked about and be taken care of. Like for real, for real. So the next is the King of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands, right? And then I have the birds. The birds to me are like, like the crows. They come and they take like the souls when people are gonna pass. That's how I was always. That's just what they are to me. I see a whole handful of black birds in somebody's yard, like somebody's gonna pass. So it's telling me that this is over with. It's past, right? It's past. Let it go. It's dead. It's dead. It's done. It's done. You talked about it and it's done. She is gonna take care of it. Your partner is gonna take care of it. It wasn't meant for what you said, and it looks like, I don't know that they even paid attention to it. If somebody commented on your partner's thing, it's probably not that. Let me see what we got. Yeah. So see, this is what we got. So for your Nine of Wands and your Page of Pentacles coming forward with an offer, right? You want to talk about this growth. You want to talk about this growth with your partner. It's wish fulfillment. See, so stars. It's a wish fulfillment. And then here, the Ace of Wands and the Three of Swords is with the crossroads. So a choice needs to be made. Like, hey, you need to be off social media. Or you need to not like this. This bothers me. But what you can't do is you can't hold somebody accountable for something that you didn't speak on. So you don't know what other people's trauma's been. You don't know what, you could say that you know their person's past, and that's fine, but do you really know how it affected them? I don't know that most of us do. Some of us, very small portion of us, really take the time to understand and observe the trauma and what had happened and how people react and how people hear things and see things differently than everybody. We're all different. But once you address that, hey, you're doing this and it's bothering me. Like, you can't just be demanding to somebody and like stop doing that and that and that and that and that. That's not fair. But you have to come to some type of middle ground. And that's what that crossroads is. 2-2. That's what the crossroad is. It's coming to some type of agreement and then agreeing to this. Like, they're not going to do this, or they are going to do this, but let me explain you why. Like, that's an agreement coming to. The next one is my storm, but this is my backwards card. So this is telling me that it's storm and then became light. So the argument, the feeling of insecurity, the anxiety coming through, that's all gone. That's all gone. And then the next one is the key. I think that's probably going to come up, but this is the ring. So that to me is the wedding ring, right? That's and maybe not a proposal. I think that. I think that because this is the third cycle of this conversation, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. Maybe not right away, but it'll definitely take. If anything, it's going to take the relationship into a better cycle, right? So you're going to one up that. A couple more. Let me pull a few more. I mean, this looks amazing, Scorpio. You have to get over that anxiety. For sure. And I get it. I get it. I get it more than anybody. I get it. But it's definitely a wonderful, very productive conversation. And then you have the clover, which is luck. Like, this is meant to be. This is absolutely meant to be. Just pull a couple more, and I really don't think there's really much else to go on, because this is a great reading, Scorpio. This is wonderful to be the first reading coming back in our season. This is beautiful. So this is my cross. So what we got here is we have the Seven of Swords, and then we have the Page of Pentacles. So that means, like, in the head, working on something logic, building, right? And this is heavy. This is my heavy cross, right? I don't want to say funeral cross, but that's my heavy cross. But it is a funeral. It's heavy to me. So this work that your partner has to do is something that he's used to doing. She's used to doing, and it's going to be a little hard for them to get out of it. They're going to have to really think about it. They're going to have to really logically think about what they're doing and be self-aware. But by having this conversation, it makes them self-aware because they're not paying attention to how it's affecting you. They're just doing what they've always done. So we have the Devil card, and we have the Seven of Pentacles, and it's covered with the sun. You're the ray of their sunshine. Like, you make them happy. You really make them happy, and they don't want to hurt you. And then here the ship comes in with the Four of Pentacles and the Page of Swords, and with the cat. So the cat to me is sly. He's the one that's in the room. Nobody knows he's in the room because he's quiet, and he's not sneaky. He's just very observant, and he's just watching. Maybe that's you watching. You're going to watch after this conversation to see what they're up to. And they're going to be just fine. Ship coming in. It's coming in. It's everything you've ever wanted is coming in. Saying cut the shit out. Watch with your insecurities. And go ahead and have this conversation. This is going to be a good conversation. And then the home. This is the safe place. That's the safe place. Let me see if I can pull one more. And we're going to end it like that. Like, this is a really good conversation. Yep. Tower. See? Tower is going to take you into another one. Look, and then it's the heart. It's the celebration. Hold on. Let me show you. The heart. The celebration. Remember the last three at the bottom of the deck. Celebration, flowers, and Scorpio. That's my Scorpio card. And there's your masculine. He's coming for you. Like, this really, you own his heart. You celebrate in his heart. Like, he loves you. He really, really loves you. He really, really loves you. I don't want to sit there and say he'll do any. Look, and there's the key. I knew it was coming. It's coming. It was there. He really loves you. And the conversation needs to be had because you need to get it off your chest, and that energy needs to go away. You have to rid of energy in order for the new energy to come in. Like my mama always told me, you should always open your windows. You have to let the negative energy out and bring the positive energy back in, the clean energy. And that's what you have to do. You can't fill a cup that's already full. You have to let some go. And this is what you have to do, Scorpio. You have to, or divine feminine, both. You have to empty some of this that you're holding in order for the good to come in. And you have to allow your partner the chance to succeed. If you don't talk to your partner about the things that bother them, how fair is that when it bothers you? How could you be mad at them? You can't be mad at them. That's not their fault. They didn't even know. There's a good chance they don't even know that it bothers you. You have to. And this is a really good concrete relationship. This is a very good relationship. It's a very good relationship. This conversation, once you get past the anxiety, I think it'll be amazing. I know that it will be amazing. You just got to get past that anxiety. So you have to figure out what is going to calm you down and let you be able to really and honestly have a conversation. Not nut up in the middle of it, or he jumps back and says something and then you shut down. Don't shut down. Let him say what he has to say and then continue on. If you got to make a little bullet point, You know what I'm saying? Like write you a little list of things like how we used to do when we were kids. We make sure when we're telling the speech in front of the class that we hit all of what we had to say in order to get all of our points. Do that shit. Why not? Make sure you address all the issues. Address them. Get them taken care of because he's gladly to take care of them. It's going to take him a minute because he needs to be well aware, and it's going to take a minute for him, but you're going to see it. It's going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be absolutely amazing. All right, Scorpio, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I took up enough of your time. Thank you, and have a good night. Thanks for letting me be the first one out. And we got to enjoy this season. It's just beginning. We got a couple more weeks. We got to do some stuff with it. And it's perfect in our energy. This is the perfect time to have this conversation. All right, beautifuls. I'll see you later. Bye.